visit here. I'm in the very windy Deer Island wastewater treatment plant, which is the second biggest wastewater treatment plant in the United States. I'm also on, it's a place called Deer Island. It's in Winthrop, which is right outside the city of Boston. And not only do we have the wastewater treatment plant, which you can see behind me, but it also houses the Irish Hunger Memorial for when the Irish came here in 1847 to 1850. They came over in coffin ships to escape the potato famine, where 1.5 million people died of starvation and another over 2 million people came here to the United States. And they landed in East Boston. And those who were sick, because they were in what's called coffin ships, were brought here to Deer Island to be isolated, where hundreds, I believe well over 800 people died in those 2 years here. And another few hundred were separated from their families and never found them. So this is the memorial to them. And it's somewhere on this island, and I have to find it. It's an island, and there's really no directions, except for the wastewater treatment plant. So I'm going to try to find the Irish Memorial, and I will be right back. And I want to find it because, well, number one, my father's 100% Irish, my mother's Lithuanian and French. So I am 50% Irish. And this is something I want to see, because these could have been my relatives. So I'll be back in a minute. There's the city of Boston. All right, it is very, very cold, very, very windy, and trying to find this Irish memorial, this Irish Hunger Memorial, it's becoming tough. So nobody knows where it is, and I've asked half a dozen people. There's a lot of people here. A lot of people are jogging. It's nice and quiet. So a lot of people are jogging, walking, but nobody knows where this Irish Hunger Memorial is. So, all right. Anyways, this is what I'm looking at. And over here, up on that hill, that's where I just came from. So I'm getting my workout in. All right, let me try to find where this place is. All right, I'll be right back. So I found this Deer Island wastewater treatment plant located here, successfully halted the pollution of the harbor's waters, serves 43 communities. It is a national park. Over 1,000 years, Drumlin Islands were home to American Indians. They were used as internment camps for Indians during the King Philip's War that began in 1675. All right, 3 miles of trails, so I've got some walking. So here's where I am, and this is where I need to be. So I've got some walking. All right, let's just get this done. Okay, so I've been walking around for half an hour. It is so windy. It's not that cold out, but it's so windy that that's what makes it really cold. I had a couple of people give me wrong directions. I was up that way, and it's over this way. So I'm lucky I asked somebody, what is this for? In memory of Nancy Rego Di Pasquale. Oh, she was young, died in 18. Oh, she was just a kid. Well, lot of these benches are dedicated to somebody passing away. But let me see. I was told to go up this path, this center path. And honest to God, these winds, I mean, I don't know if you can hear it, but these winds, it's like hurricane winds. I mean, it's got to be 100 miles an hour. I'm barely hanging on to my hat. I have never seen winds like this, other than one time when I was living in Florida. I got caught in a hurricane in '99. Okay, we're going on a hill. Tell you what, I got a good workout in. There it is. All right. Thank you to my friend down there who put me in the right direction. Now again, this is a memorial for the Irish people that were sick from being in coffin ships. Coffin ships were ships where if you didn't have money, they put you down in where the stowage is. So you were below water, so you couldn't open a window. And people got sick, spread the sickness. So half the people that were down in the bowels of those ships died before they even made it here. That's why they call them coffin ships. And my relatives came over from Ireland, and they were on a coffin ship. They didn't die, though. In memory of the 850, so 850 Irishmen died from dreams of a better life to the shores of our destiny was worth the sacrifice for those that follow. And that is the Celtic cross. Yeah. So I really wanted to see this because I have relatives that are from Boston that came over on these ships. And I really wanted to see this memorial for them. And so this was a big thing. This was a big deal for me. So it's a beautiful area. In the summer, it must be really nice. Right now, I swear the winds are so bad. Let's take a look around. And this Deer Island is where they put the people that came over on these coffin ships that were sick. They put them on Deer Island where they would be isolated from people. And 850 people over those 2 years that they were here died. You can see Logan Airport over here. All right. So you can see the tower right there. And you can see the skyscrapers, the city of Boston itself, across the water. It's a beautiful day other than the wind. The wind makes it really, really tough. (1847 to 1850). So 3 years this island housed the sick that were coming off the coffin ships. From the 32 counties they came. So Ireland has 32 counties. And we come from County Cork. That's where my father's people come from. In memory of the 850 who died. You see a plane coming in. You see that? Coming into Logan. I don't know who has yellow airplanes. Let's see if we can see them coming through. There they are. They get pretty low to the water. And you can see that bridge right in the background. That's the Tobin Bridge that connects Chelsea, East Boston. All right. So let's see what the sign says about this memorial to the 850. Oh, right now the wind just stopped. It's just maybe it's just this particular spot. I mean, I can barely talk. My mouth is frozen. I don't know how to say that. I don't speak Gaelic. The Deer Island Great Memorial. In the late 1840s and early 1850s, Ireland suffered its great hunger, a massive famine born of imperial conquest by the English, radical laissez-faire capitalism and ethnic bigotry. 1.5 million people died of starvation and disease, and another 2 million immigrated, many of whom perished from the plagues they fled. Thousands during the Atlantic crossings, and thousands was on the shores of their destination. This memorial commemorates the victims of the Great Hunger who sought deliverance in the New World, only to perish while quarantined on Deer Island in Boston Harbor. 850 men, women, and children perished on this island in the famine years of 1847 to 1850. Innocent victims of colonialism, prejudice, misrule, and catastrophe induced by a government policy that prioritized political power and private profit over poor people. Since ancient times, the Celtic Cross, an icon of Irish heritage, has signified hallowed ground. This cross marks as hallowed ground Deer Island, where these famine victims lie. They share this soil with peaceful Native Americans, starved in the confinement of the island during King Philip's War in the 1670s. Together they attest to the crimes of colonial exploitation in Ireland, in America, and across the world. From this island they cry out for an end to war, famine, and exile. And how they knew that the people died here is during construction of the water treatment plant. They were digging up graves and bones. The Irish had it tough when they first came here in the 1800s because the English were the ones who were here originally. I mean, the Pilgrims are English. And 1776, the colonialists who defeated the British were British themselves. So it was prejudice against the Irish people for a very long time in the city of Boston and parts of New York too, and Philadelphia. But Boston is really where a lot of the immigrants came, and there was a lot of prejudice. And it ended up becoming a very Irish city because all the Irish dominated here for so long. They came here, millions of them came here from Ireland. So really, Boston and New York is really where the Irish came from, where they made their bones, so to speak. So I'm going to walk around this island. It is so, I've never felt wind like this since the hurricane. Now what we're looking at is the water treatment plant. And speaking of, I don't know if you can see that windmill. That thing is moving, and it's huge. That's how windy it is right now. Take a little walk, see what's going on here. And I just stopped, pulled over to the side of the road. This looks like something interesting. Let's take a look at this. This is a buoy. This is what they got bobbing up and down out in the ocean. Boston Harbor Channel buoys, used as aids to navigation to assist vessels entering and exiting Boston Harbor. Yeah, it's a big piece. And there's that. There's a jet landing at Logan. We're very close to Logan Airport. Very close. It is, I just can't tell you how windy it is. I mean, I can't even describe it. I mean, it doesn't look it. I don't see the trees blowing, but it is practically blowing me over. I really just wanted to show that buoy, but this is a nice area. This must be really beautiful in the summertime. And this is the town center. You got the town hall. The Civil War statue. I got a helicopter up there. World War II memorial. You got the church over there. You got the police department right across from the town hall. So I just want to say thank you for tuning in. I'm going to call it a day. It's been very, very windy, very, very cold. It was almost impossible to shoot this video. But I do want to thank you for tuning in. If you like the video, please subscribe. This video right here was very touching. It was very moving for me because my relatives came from Ireland on those ships. And, you know, I don't know if they were interned on Deer Island. And, you know, I mean, Deer Island itself sounds like some type of a horror movie. Deer Island. But it, you know, it was kind of touching for me to see where my relatives may have come to, Deer Island. It was moving for me. It was nice to see where your relatives, you know, came from. My relatives came from Ireland, County Cork, and so it was just nice. It was nice seeing that that Celtic cross and that memorial to the 850 that died in those 3 years while they were interned in Deer Island. So again, thank you very much for tuning in. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, and ring the bell so that you'll know when I post another video. And thank you very much. See you on the next video.